There is a chart on the screen you see that man create God, and there is God create man. Therefore, so if man create God or God create man, which one are you right now? Because a lot of time, politics, they create, God become man, create God. They choose whatever they like. Just like people say, I have the right of abortion. I have the right of do this and that. I vote this and that. Yes, you have your right. But you are create something reverse what God tell you to do. So let's say man is a standard of everything, the law. Whatever men say, that means majority say, I agree with that. Let's say majority said, no, I don't want. I thought about that, but no. Let's say men agree that we can have a right to abortion. Everybody agree. But the other side, God said, no, you didn't create it. I'm God. I create you. And now you make the law, ask me to agree with you. What are you talking about? Just like you give birth from your parents and you tell your parent, I am grow up, I'm a true person. Now it's my rule, not your rule anymore. Even though you're my mom, now I make more money than you. I can make more decisions. Just like that. So men tend to do that. Decision are on. And then man is good. Let's say everything good. Because people say, oh, what if they get raped so I can have the right to abortion? So men say it's good to do that. But God say, no, I have that plan for that child. What make you have that right? I have a plan for you. How come you make the decision of your own plan? Right? If God gives you the plan for your future, let's say God want Christine to be a doctor. God say, Christine, you become a doctor. What makes you become a doctor and that person, you have the right to kill that one? Because something that's not in your own understanding, you think that person is supposed to go to die. So that's it's good. So the third one, man environment responsible for his behavior. That means you have a corrupted, whatever you damage, you fix it. Let's say hurricanes, tsunami, earthquake. Is that man did? Some people say, yeah, because we pollute the earth, so that's what happened. What if just earthquake? You don't create earthquake. Some people say, oh, God just shaking a little to wake you up. Some of you are sleeping, so you like to sleep. Talk about spiritual sleep, and God wants to shake you a little. Say, I'm still here. You know that? I'm here. Shake it a little more. And then say, no, I'm not awake yet. I'm a sleeper. So God shake a little stronger. I heard there's a big earthquake in San Francisco. There's a line upcoming, San Andreas Fault. So it's going to be a big one. So God say, oh, people in San Francisco love to sleep. Shake a little stronger. So that's how people think, oh, is responsible for man. No, not really. Man is not just responsible. God has responsible. The fourth one, the right come from a group. Let's say majority said, thou shalt kill people. Everybody agree, I can have a gun, I can carry a gun, I can shoot anybody I want to because I think it's right. Let's say somebody, like in Texas, everybody owns a gun. Majority agree to own a gun. But God say, I did not create a gun, you create a gun. I did not create war, you create war. See, two guys hit each other, already pushed each other already. God didn't create that. They already pushed each other already. That's men. Men create war. I have a friend say, I don't like Christian. I don't like religion because religion create war. Are you sure about it? No. Just two guys like this hit each other, they already push each other. God didn't create that. Men create things. Thought majority agree with it. That means you put that into God agreement. So, right came from God. The word God, I mentioned this before. God came from the word, well, actually the word good came from the word God. Good came from the word God. So that's what it means. Now you say God have the right. Let's say God have a right. Now in social media, a lot of people right now talk about election. They listen to whatever on the other party Let's say people support Hillary. They will listen all the good things of Hillary, and they watch all the negative thing about Donald Trump, or vice versa. People tend to do that. So if you tend to listen to one side, you kind of discriminate, so-called, on the other party. So once you lift one person up, you tend to kick the other one down, right? Tend to do that. That's human. Human tend to do that. When you praise somebody high, you kick somebody lower. That's how the attitude of a human being. Now, come to the point that what the Word of God tell you. Did God choose the president, or you and I choose the president? Or God choose whoever, the mayor, the city council, the city board director, or God chose them? A lot of teaching said God chose them, but I didn't agree. I say people chose them. Why? Here's a story. There's a book of Romans. You saw a little highlight there. Are you saying that is God was unfair? Of course. For God said to Moses, I will show mercy to anyone I chose, and I will show compassion to anyone I chose. So it is God who decides to show mercy. We can neither choose it nor work for it. People use this word, this scripture, based on that, to say God chose whoever He wanted to. People say God chose the president whoever He wanted to. No. Why? Before this verse, there's a story of Isaac. You know the story of Abraham and Abraham? You know who gave birth to Isaac? Isaac, who's the mother of Isaac? Who's the wife of Abraham? Huh? Sarah. Okay, Sarah. Sarah is the mother of Isaac. So, how old was she when she gave birth to Isaac? 90 years old. 90 years old. You know how old Abraham was? 100. He was 100. Sarah was 90 years old. Imagine, how can you give birth at 90 years old? I heard people give birth at 60, 50, 60. That's tough already, right? But we talk about 90 years old. It sounds impossible. But because it happened, these are the facts of the history. It's not something mythological. This is a fact. God wants to show that were His promise. He promised Abraham that you will have a child. And Abraham said, many years. He waiting. Sarah was waiting. Finally popping out a child at 90 years old. Man, say, God, you already shocked me. Why you do this? Why didn't you give me at 20 years old? I'm much better at 20 years old. You got 9. Maybe you got to have a mercy on Sarah, because after you give birth, you look, well, if you women, you know, you don't look good after you give birth in your body. So maybe God said, Sarah, you will look good for many, many years. Until you're 9 years old, you will be ugly after that. No, that's not God. Okay, that's not biblical. That's my adding. Don't believe it. So, God promised something, it will happen. God knows it will happen. And then after Isaac, he has a wife named Rebecca. His wife gave birth to a twin. The twin named Esau and Jacob. You know the story. It's a twin, like these two little boys here. Even though you are a twin here too. Even though you come out twin, but you still older and younger. The one, whoever, 1 second or 1 minute. How many minutes you were? 5 minutes? Not bad. Some people 2 minutes or 1 minute. Even hours. Still considered older. So God promised whoever in the Old Testament, in the Bible, said whoever the first child, you will inherit of the wealth of the family. That's another story. I will tell you why. That's the Old Testament. Even in Vietnam, if you grow in Vietnam, the oldest son make most decision of the family because the family like 10 or 20 or 15 or 11. The oldest son, the daughter doesn't count. The oldest son inherit the rest of it. And the oldest son have the right to distribute the sibling. That's tradition in the old time. Even in Vietnam, just recently, not in your generation, my generation changed. But before that, the generation was tend to the older one. I don't know, maybe the parent getting older, don't know, have a wise decision. They give birth to many of them, they forgot how to do it, and then they don't know have a good decision. So let the older boy make the whole decision. So the whole thing go to the firstborn. So apply to this election. A lot of time, God know who will be president. We don't. So in this way, God know who's the firstborn. I consider the symbolic of firstborn, that God chose that person to lead. But that firstborn have the right to continue it. So the story of Esau and Jacob. Esau was the older boy. Jacob is a younger one. So one day Esau was hungry. So Jacob come home, say, I have food. Esau said, how can I get some food? So Jacob said, Jacob said, why don't you give me the first right of the family, the first right, which is the older one. So they switch. Jacob said, why don't you switch? I'll give you my food. So Esau said, sure, I'm hungry. I'll take the food. So Jacob take the food. Esau get the food. Jacob have the first right. So now, who decision now to sell the right? Jacob. Who decision? Esau. Esau decision. God didn't choose to sell your right. God first create. You are the first, even a couple minutes before Jacob. But God chose Esau to be first right. But Esau said, no, I'm hungry. This is symbolic of what? Whatever fill your flesh, your decision. People vote because they want to fulfill whatever they want in this flesh. People vote Hillary, I heard, because they want to have a female president. They didn't know anything about Hillary. They want to have a female president. People vote Donald Trump because they want to become a billionaire successful, right, like Donald Trump. So whatever feed in their own flesh. So come to the point here, God didn't choose to do that. God didn't choose who the president, but that person, which is you and I, have the right to vote who you want to vote. So God didn't say suddenly, okay, I want Donald Trump to become a president. Whatever you vote, don't care. I'm God. I chose Donald Trump. No. God gave you the right, just like Esau. Esau had the first right, but he said what? I'm hungry. I want to fulfill whatever I want. So people tend to vote on Democrat. Most celebrities like Democrat. Some people in the other party, they call demon rats. Those are not good words. But people tend to vote for Democrat because they have their right of do anything they want to. On Republicans say, I vote Republican because they're conservative. To me, I don't lean to any party, but I lean to whoever make the decision on God's way or man's rights. So let's say between two candidates, one candidate said, I have the right to allow abortion, whatever it is, lamb abortion. On the other party said, no, God have that right. Let's say I vote for somebody will do this and that, will have war against ISIS. The other said, no, I don't have war with ISIS. So depend what your perspective to vote. But your perspective have to be God view, not people view. If you have people view, just like people view what? I want Hillary because I want to have a female president. That's female president for what? Some people say, no, I don't want a female president. I want to vote Donald Trump, whatever it is, even though he's a, what did they say? Hitler, right? Yeah, people destroy things based on that. Now, come to the next step, what we see here. In the book of Malachi, Esau, people tend to complain to God. Say, you know, I have my right. How come? In the book of Malachi said, I have love to you, say the Lord. But you say, how have you loved us? But God responds to, is Esau Jacob's brothers? So let's say you complain to God, say, well, I have the right to vote for Donald Trump. How come Hillary become president? Right? You complain. Or I have my right to vote for Hillary. How come Donald Trump become president? Why? And God asked what? Is Esau Jacob's brothers? Which is, he said, is Esau the first right? God chose the first right to inherit to the firstborn. God wants to give blessing to the country. God wants to give blessing to all of us. But you choose to vote something that against God. So you remove the blessing. Now, how can you receive all the blessings? For example, a lot of time in top of your head, money is a blessing, right? Most of us think money is blessing. Some of you getting older, health is a blessing because you could not get up in the morning. That is very important. If you can get up, you cannot have enjoy life. Health may be important. Some of you think relationship is a blessing. I have a peaceful relationship, it's a blessing too. So a lot of time, it's a blessing to sit here too. Okay? So whichever you think there's a blessing, you consider. Now, let's say you vote for that president, you vote for that candidate. You think that candidate can turn around the country, do something good. But the whole agenda of that candidate is against God. You know what's against God? There's many things if you read. There's many ways in the Bible against God. You think that person will turn around, but against God mean what? Whatever he or she, I'm not tend to Hillary or Donald Trump, okay? I'm not going to put in that position. Either, let's say that person, everybody say that person will turn around economy, change things. But now, that candidate do a lot of evil things. Tend to do things evil. If abortion, pass. If it's gay right, pass. If everything right, pass. Everything against God, fine. If you want to have many wives, pass. So, but that president will do good for the country. That president can turn around with economy, create more job. But that is the Bible said. Seek His kingdom first. You don't seek whatever right now, what you see in your own eye. If you seek something in your own eyes, you'll be fooled. A lot of time, let's say you find somebody like a date. Look for a boyfriend or girlfriend like that. First impression is what? The look, right? That's a look. You only look at the impression of the look. Yeah, of course, I'm not going to say good looking be bad. What if just the look only, but the inside is terrible? Won't consider, right? But that's good looking and good people too, okay? Not just that away. So what if somebody you just look from the outside and you don't know? That's why it takes time to understand. So you and I, talking today, prepare what next for your life, that you and I have the first right. You and I, just like Esau, you have the first right to choose, but the decision is on our hand. Not God gonna do it. God give you a lot of freedom. We choose to vote whoever we want to, but the result, if it's good, thanks God, but it's no good, have mercy on you and I. If we vote somebody that in a wrong way, in a wrong track of God's way, who know the story about Egyptian, about the 10 plagues? You know that, right? Crossing Red Sea, Moses, you know the story. Before that, what happened? Yeah, 10 different pledges. Yeah. What happened during that time? That was a curse from God to the people who did wrong against him. But what happened? He saved his people. The rest got killed. The Egyptians chasing the Israel. The Israel safe. The Egyptian got killed. And they killed even the first child. Now come to this understanding. If we all make wrong decision, vote the wrong president, or vote whatever you do this, what if we make wrong decision? There will be a curse. But there is a way God will rescue you and I if you are his people. A lot of people went through the bad economy, but God saved the one who faithful to him. God did to my life, and I'm sure God will do to you too. So the important is to know God, to reach out to him. That is what we need to do. Even those we cannot make the decision to vote who we become president. Let's say it become a disaster on whoever president upcoming. The final here we say, in the book of Proverbs, wisdom rests in the heart of man of understanding, but make itself known even in the midst of the fool. Righteous exalt a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. So today, this morning, I want everybody come to God with the wisdom. Whatever happened in this world, what happened on November 8th, what happened in this, doesn't matter. You know, you and I secure that God will rescue you whatsoever. Even though there will be a disaster come, God will rescue you and I. It doesn't matter. But your right and my right to reach out to him. Don't sell your right. You and I have the first right with God. You and I have the inherit from God blessings. He will give you health. He give you wealth. He'll give you all the blessing. He give you peace. He'll give you a happy family. But you choose to give it away. That is your choice. God only give you peace in your heart. But all you want to do is do something crazy, you know. When we're teenagers, we like to do things crazy and wild. But thanks God, the teenager wasn't that long. If the rest of the life of the teenager, I don't know. That bad news for you, Troy. You head into the, when you do the teen life, is a lot of chemical imbalance in your body, and you make a lot of stupid things during that time. But lean to God, reach out to God. He'll rescue you. When I was a teenager, I want to make something crazy, but no. I still believe, I still go to church, I still faithful to Him, so He rescued me out. Otherwise, I'll be a gangster. During my time as a teenager, I was doing an 80, somewhere there, many years ago. During that time, people wear something. At that time, we have a shoe with metal hairs, and we comb my hair this way. And there's a lot of gangster at that time. Because you know why? Because they call us the bold people. Vietnamese came at that time. We're not majority. Yeah, they call us many different names too. Yeah, so Vietnamese, they tend to get grouped together and create a gangster. At that time, during my teen time, there's a lot of gangsters. Now there's not much of it, but my time, tons of gangs. I chose not to join them. I have mostly Caucasian friends at that time, so I didn't join the Asian. That's why a lot of Vietnamese didn't like me. But the point here, you went through the bad time and a tough time in your life. You make bad decision, like you elect the wrong president, let's say. You do things wrong, but one thing we did right, we believe in Him. Because God first said, I believe in you. I believe in you first. Not you believe in me. I believe in you first. But your job is to respond what you believe in me can rescue you from that hole, that darkness from your life. Especially those times will happen. You walk in this earth, you will have it, you will see it, but God will take care of you. May God bless you this morning. Enjoy life. Don't do stupid things, because those things will follow you for the rest of your life. So seek for His wisdom and do the wise thing. Okay? Especially you two boys. Always do the right thing. You know that one? He think he can change Donald Trump, did he? No, right? That's a stupid thing. You know how much he got bailed out? $20,000 to bail out. And he said this on one interview. He said, I went in and out to jail many times already. I don't care. Which show you're not even better than Donald Trump. You want to do something right and speak out. Do something good. Don't tell you, oh, I'm a jailer. I go to jail all the time. Now I do this, so change Donald Trump. Donald Trump is still Donald Trump. Don't even think him. Donald Trump only can change is God. God can only change you and I. I don't think anybody can change you. Especially during the young age, nobody can change you. When you get older, nobody can change you. When you set mind, I want to go to that restaurant, don't even change me. I will stick with that restaurant. Right? Right? When you make up your mind, I want sushi, don't even think, get me to the noodle house. That's our human being. You cannot be changed. Only God can change you. Pray for yourselves. So think this morning, God will change you and I. Ask God to change you.